Okay, we'll start with example number 1, and if you notice here in the directions it says to expand the given log, so that we're going to use our log properties here to take our single log statement and break it up into as many log parts as we can. And so we'll eventually get down to the point where we can't expand anymore based off of our log property. So if you look at here at example number 1, the first thing that we decide to do is we break the division up and make it into subtraction. And we do that first before we try to start breaking up the multiplication, and then lastly we use the power property on x to the third. So there's a definite order of operations that kind of takes place here in order to kind of unwind a log statement, and so that just kind of comes with a little bit of experience. There's no hard and fast rule. You kind of have to just see what you're dealing with at the given time, and so there'll be plenty of practice problems for you on Math Excel to get a good feel for this. So if we look at sample problem number 1 and we want to expand this log, first off we want to break up the multiplication into addition first. Notice that the power of 6 only goes with the x. It doesn't go with the 2 because we don't have parentheses around the 2x. And so we definitely want to take care of that first. Now, keep in mind here, we start with log base 5, so every log here is going to also be log base 5. And we will get into some more challenging problems later on where we might have different base logs that we want to use the properties for, and we'll tackle those a little bit later. Now, we've split up the multiplication into addition, but I'm still not finished because I have an exponent here, and I can put that 6 as a multiple of the log. Now, you can write it how I have it here if it makes you feel more comfortable and recognize that 6 is being multiplied to the log. You can use parentheses. That's appropriate as well. But that is our expanded version of that log statement. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. You can see here in example 2, it just simply says to simplify. Now that's different than expand. Simplify really kind of means the same thing as condense. So you will also see the word condense as a possible direction as well. So what we're doing here is we're taking multiple log statements given to us and we're trying to compress them down into one singular log statement. Now if you also notice something about example 2, there is no base, or the base in this case is 10 because it's understood, and so we can continue to use the log properties the same as we did before without having to write the base 10. So in sample problem number 2, we'll start by making 2 go back to an exponent. So log base 3, 7 raised to the second power, and same thing with the 5, log base 3, x raised to the 5th power. Now subtraction leads us to division. Keep in mind when we condense here, we are absolutely going to one single statement. The log statement does not go on both top and bottom of the division. It's just one single log and division. Now, what would be appropriate here is, since we have 7 squared, that's a numerical expression, we want to simplify that according to the directions. But x to the 5th obviously cannot, and so that would be our simplified or condensed log. Okay, so these are some good examples using the properties of logarithms. Clearly, in class and in Math Excel, we'll be giving you some more challenging opportunities to work with these properties.